Hello and welcome back to Old Truthford, the home of honestly biased sports content. This is the reaction to Manchester United 0, Newcastle 3, knocking us out of the Carabao Cup. Well, says Cast. Here we are again. Giving ratings, for another loss to a side which two seasons ago was essentially all but relegated, and here we are. Watching replays of that first goal. My God, it's beyond belief, man. It's beyond belief at this point. DAL-GO is given on Ten Hag, so. At least United win ups. Not that one, but we like. Don't you dare refer to Newcastle as United again, Ilmi. You son of a gun. But yeah, I'm just going to run through my player ratings real quick. I'm sure I'll be thrilled to see. So, conceded 3 goals, Onana. I think first one probably could have closed the man down quicker if we're being ultra critical. But couldn't really do anything for any of the other goals. Third goal, perhaps, maybe could do a bit more. Second goal, I think, was proper bottom corner. Either way, goalkeeper conceded 3 goals and didn't really make any key saves. So he's getting a 5.2. Maguire. Now, I think Maguire actually didn't do anything wrong. We conceded 3 goals, but I don't think Maguire was at fault for any of them. You can make a case for the third goal that Maguire was somewhat at fault, but he was being completely blocked off by a player. So unless Maguire has somehow turned into Casper the Friendly Ghost, how is he going to go through a man to make the tackle? The third goal was on Lindelof, if you ask me. So I'm going to give Maguire 6, to be honest. I honestly don't think he couldn't have prevented the shot from outside of the box. He couldn't have prevented DAL-GO getting absolutely destroyed. I think Maguire 6. I think that's fair enough. When it comes to Lindelof, I am going to give him a solid 5 point. I think he made more mistakes than Onana, so I'm giving him a 4.7. I don't think Lindelof had a very good game, if I'm being honest. Sergio, I'm giving him a 6. I'm giving him a 5.5. I think he had a worse game than Maguire, but still, it didn't do anything amazing, but also didn't really do anything too bad. Like, he was going for the overlap with Garnacho a bunch of times, and Garnacho refused to pass to him, or he just didn't recognize him. So yeah, Sergio, I'm giving 5.5. Casemiro, I think he was trash as well, in all honesty. I think picking up a yellow card in the first 20 minutes meant that he couldn't really do anything. Just watching the goal back again as well, and DAL-GO, oh my God. Casemiro, not a good game. I'm giving him a, let's see. Was he worse than Lindelof? He was kind of completely invisible. Like, even Lindelof did more than him. I can't think of anything positive that Casemiro did in that game. I honestly don't know what to go for Casemiro. Probably a 4.5. I think he did worse than Lindelof. But then Lindelof was the main reason we conceded that goal, but Casemiro was subbed off at the time because he was so poor in the first half. Yeah, Casemiro, poor first half, got subbed off, 4.5. Mount, not good. This is going to be a kind of controversial opinion, but I think the players just aren't finding Mount either, though. Like, I feel bad for him in a way, because if you actually watch him, just purely focus on him when we're playing, he'll look for 1-2s, he'll do a quick pass, and then people won't pass back to him. So then he's kind of just in this empty space of like, why haven't you passed back to me? So I think... even for the third goal, DAL-GO got absolutely spun. All 3 goals, DAL-GO didn't defend. Absolutely tragic. And Onana couldn't save that. But yeah, no, sorry, just rewatching it. So for Mount, yeah, I feel bad for him. People aren't finding him, but at the same time, he's lacking quality and lacking decision making. So I'd give him a 5. I don't think it was as bad as the defense, but nowhere near good enough. I'm going to save DAL-GO for last. Hannibal, yeah, just basic, same as Mount, really. I don't think anything separated the two of them. Other than Hannibal picked up a yellow card as well, so sure, let's go 4.9. Garnacho, I think Garnacho was absolutely trash. There was no chemistry between him and Sergio. Like, I can't get my head around it. Like, Sergio's overlapping him every time, and Garnacho doesn't pass to him. But then Garnacho doesn't cut in either. He decides to pass to the midfield. Who are they going to pass to? Like, it doesn't mean anything. Like, okay, Garnacho. Okay, I'll give Garnacho. Can't think of anything positive he did, and as an attacker, that's worrying. 4.8. I think. Yeah, got subbed off. Didn't even play a full match. Garnacho 4.8. Poor. Okay, Martial. Did Martial even play? Did anyone see Martial? Did anyone actually see Martial kick the ball? I can't remember seeing Martial kick the ball. If he didn't kick the ball, then I can't say that he did anything particularly wrong, but he didn't do anything right either. So, to be honest, I think Garnacho was more involved in the game than Martial, but at least he was doing something. So, Martial, I'll give you... And he's old. Yeah, Martial, 4.5. Easy. 4.5. Trash. Anthony. Now, Anthony is another controversial one because I think the argument is he'll help out defensively, which he did, but it won't get highlighted because even though he was there and thereabouts helping out DAL-GO defensively, DAL-GO still got fudging skinned. So you can't really put your hat onto Anthony for good defending or anything like that. So don't think he had a terrible game. No, I don't think he... It's so hard to rate because nobody did anything. Like nobody did anything good or bad. So, but in terms of attacking intent, I don't think he had a shot on target. Lots of shots off target. Loss of possession. He just I'm giving Anthony again. Yeah, I'm going to be slightly harsher. I think the only reason, and I am factoring the age into this because Garnacho is a youngster, he is still learning. One thing Garnacho needs to work on is his first touch. I've mentioned this a bunch of times and I'm going to keep mentioning it until people actually pay attention. But Garnacho, genuinely, just watch out for his first touch because if that isn't getting worked on in training, someone needs to have a word with Ten Hag and the training staff because a lot of the times... Well, not a lot, but a couple of times, Martial was trying to link up with Garnacho. So then you know how Martial gets close to the edge of the box and then you'll see just the quick speed and then just quick passing, and then all of a sudden a shot goes off. Okay, cool, great. Martial tried to do that with Garnacho, and Garnacho's first touch let him down every time, and we lost possession. So, yeah. The only reason I'm giving Garnacho slightly more than Anthony is because he's a youngster. Yeah, literally just that. Now, DAL-GO. What do we think for Diogo DAL-GO? What would you guys rate him? Because I'm going to have quite strong opinions on this one. -1 says Keith. I don't bloody voice cracker. I don't know if I've never given a -1, so I don't know if I still can't do it. I'm saving -1 for when someone gives a penalty away and gets a red card, which fortunately I haven't been able to witness yet. But in a way, Diogo DAL-GO literally just cost us going out of the competition. For me personally, I am going to give DAL-GO a 1 out of 10. I think he was a body on the pitch. I think the only way it could have possibly got worse for him is if he got a red card instead of being subbed off and putting us down to 10 men. I think there's still that room for error, so I'm giving him a 1 out of 10. But yeah, that's probably the lowest rating I've ever given anyone. But I'm sorry, man. I'm tired of saying the same things over and over again about the same players. I've done it with Donny van der Beek. I've done it with DAL-GO. It's like it's too obvious where our weak link is, and if it's obvious to the fans, it's going to be obvious to the managers whose job is to like score goals against us. It's gonna be obvious that our weak link is the left hand side. If you look at the first half, Newcastle were living down our left hand side, and then you look at the second half. How many times did they try and get past Wan-Bissaka down our right hand side? How many times their left hand side? How many times did Newcastle try and get down our right hand side? They didn't at all in the second half. And then also you look in the second half, there's a counter-attacking opportunity. Callum Wilson is on the attack. Wan-Bissaka's the only man left back, and Wan-Bissaka cuts out the pass and slows him down. Wan-Bissaka has to be one of the most underrated players in our squad when it comes to like how successful we were last season. I think he's been one of the biggest misses alongside Martinez, them two particularly, that have just made us look like an absolute shiz show at the back. So yeah, I think I'll be generous and give DAL-GO a 1. But man, let's see what you guys are saying, and then I'll just go through the Discord ratings quickly. Low -1. Mountain lacks of pace was on full display today. Yeah, he does. Neither here nor there. Hannibal. Wan-Bissaka is unbelievably clear of DAL-GO. Amen, Tyler. Ilmi. Stupid players. 0% brain use. Garnacho lost the ball just like that on the first goal. Just giving up on Ten Hag, mate. Oh, come on, Cast. Come on, you're better than that. I love that you're leaving DAL-GO until last full on DAL-GO. Hashtag DAL-GO out. Yeah, man. Enough's enough. Like, I'd rather play someone from the academy. Like, people say, oh yeah, if the whole team doesn't get a result, play the whole team full of youth players. No, they would get absolutely destroyed. But I guarantee you, if you swapped out DAL-GO in this game for an academy player, we wouldn't be 2-0 down going into half time. I can tell you that. Sergio overlaps well and Garnacho tries to take on the player and just poor decision making. Yep. I saw Martial getting subbed off. Cast 10 versus 11. Yeah, pretty much with DAL-GO. Martial kicked the ball twice, I think. What players he existed. Anthony didn't have the right stuff offensively to be a threat either. A lot of back or sideways passing. Keith -1 for DAL-GO. Unrated 2.3 for Diego. Don't rate him, just leave it. 2 for Adam. For DAL-GO, 1 point for each leg. Rate him that's not worse than a -1. 0.3 for defensive IQ. That's a lot. A 1 out of 10, that's being generous. Leave him unrated. True, he was targeted all game while he was there. DAL-GO is good in FIFA, but shiz in real life. Classic EA. You know what? The interesting thing is DAL-GO won't get the criticism from certain outlets, and I'll tell you why. He gives them interviews, and we're just going to keep hiding the fact that DAL-GO needs to leave this football club. Same with Donny. Everyone had the same public opinion of like, oh yeah, Donny. Like, to be honest, I don't even know where the Donny thing came from. I don't know why people actually got behind Donny when he hardly did anything in a United shirt, but they did, and I think it was just an anti-Ole thing rather than a pro Van der Beek thing, if anything. But yeah, I don't know what it is. These certain platforms obsess with one player and they can't do any wrong. Now, I'm going to go, after this, I'm going to go on the timeline and I'm going to see who's actually going to be criticising DAL-GO, because that entire game was down to one man and one man alone. And it wasn't Erik ten Hag, you know? I want to see if people are actually seeing it for what it is, or if they're just going to protect certain players because they give them like a scoop on the inside of a dressing room, or they give them interviews, because it's just pathetic. But yeah, let's run through the Discord player ratings. Okay. So first up, Onana. Let me know what your ratings would be for the players, by the way, when I'm working it all out. Because so what would you guys rate for Onana? Goldbridge said players gave up on managers. He's right, but doesn't mention DAL-GO. This is the thing. This is like, I don't want to. I'm not trying to cause all of these like inside scoops and stuff like that. But if people want to claim like all of this authentic BS of like, oh yeah, true fan opinion, blah blah blah, and all of this stuff, then they've got to call a spade for a spade. And the fact is, DAL-GO cost us that game. So if people don't highlight that DAL-GO cost us that game, then it's not rocket science, but you've got to work out, why are they not saying that DAL-GO cost us that game? The question is, why are they not saying it? And the answer, you can connect the dots yourself. Like, it's just blatant, and it's sad, to be honest. So you're going to give a 5 for Onana. The Discord have rated him on average 3.8. So Onana gets a 3.8. I think the Donny van der Beek transfer was a litmus test from Ajax concerning if Van der Sar would get involved. My conspiracy theory. Do you mean as though to see if Van der Sar would come to United, Diego, or do you mean if Ajax were testing Van der Sar's loyalty? Or they have DAL-GO to give them interviews from the inside scoop, mate. They can't say shiz. Exactly. Which is why I'm going to enjoy seeing if he has actually been mentioned or not, because I just find it laughable. Because it's like, there's no, like, I'm not no media student. Like, I'm no like journalist integrity and all of this shit. But if you're the biggest or so-called biggest like platform for it or whatever, then surely you have to question these things. But I don't know. Lindelof, let's see what you guys voted for. Okay, Lindelof has picked himself up a 3 out of 10, which is fair. I do think Lindelof was the cause of one of the causes of one of those goals, a big cause. Maguire, I want to see what people voted for Maguire because I don't think he did anything particularly wrong. Maguire got a 2.5 out of 10. How? Like, how did Maguire get a worse score than Lindelof? It doesn't... I don't know, guys. I don't know. DAL-GO. Let's see what you guys voted for DAL-GO. DAL-GO has picked himself up a... Okay, DAL-GO has picked himself up a 2.4. Okay, at least DAL-GO is so far the lowest scoring person on the team. At least we can all agree on that. Let's see. Sergio. Okay, Sergio has picked himself up on average a respectable 4, making him the highest so far out of everyone in the team. Didn't do a score for Amrabat, Casemiro, because none of the subs really came on and made a difference. So there's no point even giving them a score. Casemiro has picked himself up a 4.2, making him the highest so far. Which, to be honest, he got subbed off at half time and picked up a yellow card. Like, he did nothing in that first half. But surprised to see him getting the highest score. Hannibal. Let's see what Hannibal has picked himself up. So, as voted by the Discord users, Hannibal has picked himself up a score of 2.6. Okay. So people did not like Hannibal's performance tonight. Mount, I'm just preparing myself because I'm pretty sure everyone is going to rate Mount horrendously low. But let's see. Okay, on average, Mount has picked himself up a 3, which, to be fair, if you compare it to all the other scores, maybe it's not that bad. I still think Mount had a better game than Casemiro, purely on the basis that Mount stayed on the pitch longer. Like, he kind of gave the team more than Casemiro did. Okay, and Garnacho picks himself up a 3.6. So Garnacho 3.6. Anthony, or Martial rather, let's start with him. He picks himself up an average score of 2.8. Okay, people being especially harsh on Martial, but I can see that though, because Martial's old. Like, he's a lot older than the other two forwards, and he provided, to be fair, at least Garnacho got involved in the game. Like, I don't think Martial did do anything, so I can see why he would be rated lower. Anthony. Let's see. Anthony has picked himself up a score of, oh wow, okay. Now this is controversial. This is where people have lost me. 2.2. Anthony has picked up 2.2, whereas DAL-GO has managed to get a 2.4. Are you kidding? Like, we didn't lose the game because of Anthony. I get it, big price tag, not delivering on the wing, but to be rated lower than DAL-GO, that's just madness. No, that's actually mad. Yeah, nah. I don't know about that rating. Okay, cool. So that's everyone on the Discords. Completely disagree with DAL-GO not being the lowest score player. Yeah, I definitely, with my personal ones, I definitely go with DAL-GO being the lowest. Okay, I'll just go through your comments quickly and then call it a night. But bloody hell. Okay, so they said Lindelof and Maguire were the problem, right? Yeah. I hate it when people use their influence to push agendas, man. And it's just like it's so blatantly obvious, but people will eat it up because it's easy for well, basically, when it comes to these big channels, I'll be honest now. What's happened is they've essentially, well, because they've got such a big following, they can create these campaigns against certain players. And when those players do well, they will not give them credit because it makes them look stupid. And when they do not so well, they will pour petrol onto that fire because it's easy to sell negativity and stuff. And it's just yeah, that's the state of the current online football forum. But hopefully we can change that one day. Marcus joke, yeah, but not the main reason. I think from Van der Sar's perspective, if he would come to United in an administrative sense, that full page ad he put out for Donny was serious stuff. Yeah, I think if it wasn't for the health scare that potentially may have changed his career path now with Van der Sar, he may still come to United with, if Sir Jim Ratcliffe gets the stake and he's in control of football operations, in quotation mark, in control of football operations, then maybe Van der Sar will be coming in. No way Lindelof was much worse. Maguire didn't put a foot wrong, to be fair. Yeah, I don't know what Maguire did wrong in that match to be rated 2.5. Below average, 4.5 probs. Yeah, everyone was below average today, but like 2.5 for Maguire, when like that's making a serious mistake level of a rating. Oh God, Martial. What? Oi mate, DAL-GO is a 0.4, then I'm happy. They've understood the winning formula for engagement. Stop the hate towards Maguire, man. All those channels have just broke him now. He's coming back slowly, but they try to destroy him and press him out. Exactly. It's just sad though, like when they show the face of fans, but then because like as much as oh yeah, I think DAL-GO isn't good enough to play for United and stuff. It's not like at the start of every game I'm gonna go, oh, DAL-GO's terrible, he should never play and like that. If DAL-GO proves me wrong, like I thought he may be turning a corner. But the problem is there wasn't enough evidence for me to think that he was turning a corner, because scoring a screamer doesn't all of a sudden improve your defensive ability. And DAL-GO has never been good defensively, but people always compared him to Wan-Bissaka by saying, oh yeah, DAL-GO's terrible defensively, but he's better at attacking than Wan-Bissaka, and he's obviously going to suit Ten Hag's football more. The same people were saying when Ten Hag comes in, Donny van de Beek's going to start every game. And look at his appearances in comparison to McTominay's. People pretend like they know what they're talking about. They don't. Only the manager knows what they're going to do. So it's comical. It's comical, really. I want DAL-GO to prove us wrong. It's sad to not see him be good. The problem is at this stage, Cost, is, in my opinion, and it's just an opinion, I don't think DAL-GO is going to prove us wrong, because he's 24, approaching 25 now. When is he ever going to learn how to defend all of a sudden? When is he ever going to turn that corner and be like, oh, no one's getting past Dalot. He's been proper sturdy. We've never said it, and if we haven't said it now, I doubt that we ever are going to say it. He's just not good enough, in my opinion. Diego, exactly. He can't defend. Dalot scoring doesn't improve that. So go to a winger. But so then why be a fullback? Well, odds are, Cost, is that he probably started his career as a winger, but he wasn't good enough. So then he became a fullback, and then yeah, he's just coasted from there. And then somehow he's become like the starting right back for Manchester United due to injury. That's realistically what's happened here. But yeah, I think we're out of the cup where we won last year. It's not been a great night. It's not been a great month. It's not been a great start to the season. But we'll continue doing the streams for every single match, because if you can't endure the bad times, you don't deserve the good times. So fear not, we will return. Just don't know if Manchester United are going to be Manchester United for a long time, especially with our soul out of the team, which is Lisandro Martinez. Maybe train him in right wing, just an experiment. But then we've only got one right back again. So then if we spend time training him at right wing rather than right back, if Wan-Bissaka gets injured, then he'll have to go to right back anyway. It's too late. It's too late for him, man. Just sell him, get the 15 mil that he's probably worth, and yeah, and then move on. But appreciate you guys tuning in. Honestly, it means a lot, and it's good to experience all of this pain together in this suicide pact that is the Manchester United fan base. So, remind me, from where did he come? Dalot came from Portugal because Mourinho bought him. I think it was Porto, and I think it was probably around like 20 mil euros, maybe cheaper, because he was quite young at the time. But I think it was Porto for quite cheap, because we bought him because of potential, but now we've had him for 6 years. He's not, the potential clearly hasn't shown. So why are we still letting him attempt it? We need to get rid of him. We should have sold him, should have got Jeremy Frimpong, but shoulda, coulda, woulda. We're not run as the best football club at the moment. And yeah, we'll leave it at that. But appreciate you tuning in, and yeah, get some sleep wherever you are, and try not to think about Manchester United. Cheers, guys. Godspeed.